I was terrified. I was just absolutely terrified.
A small apartment fire in Wheat Ridge is a big deal to the families who lost everything just weeks before the holidays.
Everything is ruined.
Everyone is hiring in the hospitality industry. That's not an exaggeration. Hotels are trying to fill positions going into a busy 2022.
I think the biggest impact is that it makes everyone's job a little harder.
I'll be perfectly happy that I got this one shot in a million.
A 1 in a million shot of the moment a prairie dog escaped almost certain death. Well, now it's making one Colorado photographer famous. 4 o'clock at 9 News starts now.
Just outside of Rocky Mountain National Park today, a man shot at a law enforcement ranger. That's according to a spokesperson for the park who says the bulletproof vest they were wearing stopped the ranger from getting hurt.
They say the ranger then fired and hit the man. Both ended up in the hospital. Angeline McCall is live now near that national park entrance. And Angeline, that entrance remains closed at this hour, right?
Yeah, this is the Fall River entrance of Rocky Mountain National Park. You can see behind me that it's still blocked off. This is where it happened. Now, we did have video that was shared with us by a witness. Now, in that video, we're going to show it to you. You can see the ranger with 2 weapons in both of his hands, what is believed to be a taser or a gun. You can also hear a woman on the ground crying out.
Don't talk. Neither one of you. Do not talk.
So what do you mean I can't talk?
I said you can't talk.
You can't tell me I can't talk.
I absolutely can't. You shot me.
Now, I know it's a little bit difficult to understand what's going on, but the man asks if he can talk, and the ranger responds, absolutely not. You shot me. The witness we spoke to, named Joseph, says he heard 8 to 11 gunshots before this, all around 10:15 this morning. This all began because of a chase this morning involving the couple in their car. Witnesses say it is a red Hyundai Sonata. So when a ranger here in Rocky Mountain National Park saw that car, he tried to pull them over, and that's when he was shot. Thankfully, his bulletproof vest saved him. The ranger then shot at the couple, and we know one person was hurt as a result. Joseph said he believes he saw that the man was shot in the leg. He also saw paramedics wrapping that man's leg when they arrived on scene. You can faintly hear it in the video, but Joseph also heard the woman tell the man, "I love you so much." Now, with this being a national park, this is federal land, so the FBI has taken over this investigation. Kim, Tom.
Just sights and sounds you don't expect to hear anywhere in your life, much less
especially at a national park.
At a national park. Stunning. We'll continue to learn more about that. Angeline, thanks for the latest from there.
We're taking a live look outside on this Wednesday. You know, it's weird. On my side of town, it was all dark and gloomy and ugh. And then as I headed to Denver, I saw sunshine.
Yeah, it's a glass half empty, glass half full thing, and you chose the negative.
Well, it was icky on that, but it's beautiful now, apparently, in some places.
Kathy joins us. She accentuates the positive, and one thing we're positive about is snow is going to hit our state pretty soon.
But you know, Kim is right.
Yeah. It was dark where I was,
too. It was like that mountain wave cloud or whatever.
Yeah.
It was just kind of, and the air didn't look good.
No.
It was just kind of.
No, and that cloud deck kept us from getting into the 60s. We've been in the 50s all day, so it hasn't been a cold day, but definitely dark and gloomy. And this is moisture ahead of a storm that's going to bring heavy, heavy snow to the high country. So let's talk about it. Outside, Kim mentioned the sun is back out over downtown Denver, and there it is. And temperatures in the mid-50s for many areas this hour. And we are probably not going to get a whole lot warmer as we start to watch that sun angle go lower. And with the setting sun will come more moisture into the Colorado high country. Winter storm warnings posted for more snow. Scattered snow showers already showing up on radar over some of the higher peaks. Little trough of low pressure sitting over the Four Corners area will lift over Colorado. Denver and the Front Range will stay dry, but the mountains will start to see that snow ramp up in coverage and intensity. So we've got a winter storm warning that covers most of the higher terrain from Steamboat to Aspen and down to the Silverton area. We'll be measuring the snow in feet between now and Friday afternoon in Denver. Clouds move out only to return again tomorrow ahead of the next storm and potential for snow right here in Denver. And that, of course, is something that we'll be covering in Maine weather, along with detailing the winter storm warning for the high country.
We turn now to Wheat Ridge, where dozens of people are trying to salvage what they can. This after a fire left them unable to get back into their homes. Of course, we're just days before the holidays. 5 apartments now unavailable due to the smoke, water, and fire damage. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but Darius Johnson talked to some of those who helped get everyone out safely.
I was up early, getting ready for work.
What felt like any other morning at 46 and Otis in Wheat Ridge quickly took a turn before daybreak.
I was terrified. I looked over and I saw the smoke billowing out of the vents underneath.
Marina Bowers spent her morning saving her neighbors.
So I just started banging on doors. I could barely see it, and I was outside.
The first door she ran to belonged to Danielle Anaya, who was directly above the fire with her 4-year-old son and boyfriend.
As we woke up, it was full of smoke. I couldn't even see my son in his bedroom.
She was able to get him out safely.
Everything is ruined. All our pictures are broken. Christmas presents ruined. Our Christmas tree is broken in half.
They can't return home, and many are left in a bind.
I didn't have renter's insurance. It's only $12. I got a quote last week, and I didn't act on it.
As the Red Cross helped those in need, Bowers had another priority.
I'm worried about the residents, to make sure that they have a place to go, that they're taken care of tonight, that everybody's warm and safe. So that's the first priority.
When asked what's next,
we don't know.
What they do know is they have each other and their family 2 weeks before the holidays. Fire officials say that fire was primarily in the basement area. However, fire investigators are still trying to determine the exact cause. Reporting in Wheat Ridge this evening, I'm Darius Johnson, 9 News.
Thank you, Darius. Now, if you're looking for a way that you can help the families that are affected, we have more information as to how you can go about that at 9news.com.
If it feels to you like everyone is hiring, you're right. According to the latest job openings and labor turnover survey, the U.S. saw 11 million job openings in October. That's just below the record set in July. However, there are only 7.4 million unemployed people looking for work, leaving employers scrambling to find workers. And that's true as well in the hotel industry. Some hotel managers have told us they have struggled to get employees back, with more guests checking back in. 9 News reporter Luis De Leon explains the outlook for the industry going into 2022.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Checking back into Denver's hotels.
Let's see what we have available for you.
Is one sign of the industry's comeback.
We've got breakfast and dinner on there for you.
The latest data shows 55% of hotel rooms in Denver were filled for the week ending November 27th, a number catching up to pre-pandemic levels.
This is our busiest time at the Brown Palace.
Nick Machete, the general manager of the Brown Palace downtown, says momentum is high going into 2022, but the number of employees is lower than usual.
We're probably down about a third of our pre-pandemic associate levels.
And that's hard on the staff that is there.
We've got to figure out ways to get the job done and provide a high level of service to our guests. So I think many workers found other industries or found other things to do that were maybe a little more stable.
CU's economic outlook for 2022 shows hospitality and leisure will grow the most, adding more than 31,000 jobs. But experts say that's still not nearly enough to hit pre-pandemic levels.
We don't think we're going to get back to the same employment level until 2023.
Richard Wabakin, a senior economist with CU Boulder, identified a key issue across the board.
I think the biggest single issue right now is probably a mismatch between people's talents and the jobs that are available. We're a tourism state to some extent. So when you look at that, even with these big job numbers, we're still not back to the same place.
All right.
And as for the Brown Palace,
it's a balancing act between being attractive to new associates coming into the hotel and also being an attractive choice for our associates to want to stay here.
Luis De Leon.
My pleasure.
9 News.
The Brown Palace has raised wages and is also providing hiring bonuses in many cases. They say finding more cooks and housekeepers in the main positions they're looking for right now.
The United States has hit another COVID-19 milestone. 200 million people now fully vaccinated, roughly 60% of the American population. Unfortunately, that is still not enough to prevent the virus from spreading as the new variant continues to make its way to now more than a third of the states. Here in Colorado, our vaccination rates are slightly higher than the national average at 63% of our state being fully vaccinated. Nearly 20% have already gotten a third dose or a booster shot. And new data from Pfizer shows the booster may be key in protecting people from the Omicron variant.